Ronda Rousey says she has no reason to return to WWE after the company released her fans. In a big year of our Lord 2025, we still talk to Ronda Rousey. Why? No, I'm just kidding. No, to be honest, why? Why we need to talk to her? I know she releasing a book like months ago, if I remember correctly. But after that, why we still talk about or just especially wrestling media? I don't know if this wrestling media or just I think this like Uncommon Combat. I think no, okay. So basically combine like MMA. But why you still ask her about wrestling? I think the point is like at this point just don't ask about wrestling anymore. I think it's like not good for her. I understand that expressing her opinion and stuff like cool, but we don't care anymore. I don't care anymore about what she said about the whole her debacle in pro wrestling and in general and just overall that she failed. The first one was so good and then she cannot follow that up. I think I think the problem is it's her ego why she failed. If she just listen and learn the business and just always listen, especially just listen to criticism about her and just all around what is going on, I think she could be great, and I think she could be the best in the world. Maybe to this day, to yeah, till this day, probably could be one of the best women in pro wrestling history. But the ego and just running the business, whether in put even though currently I think putting her stuff on this freaking social media, it's good and all, but her execution of just telling, especially the Becky Lynch one, where she just quote unquote kayfabe got arrested and show all this mugshot, and then her just forget the business and say, oh, that shit was fake. It's not real. You put it. It's just like you put in the business, even though again, the business already known to be fake for a while. But why can't you just make it like real and believable? Making sure that this story about you, Becky and Charlotte, just getting more interesting and getting more like crazy in the future. But she didn't do that. Instead, he just said, "Screw the business. I'm just gonna air this shit out." But going back to this whole thing, I think WWE doesn't need her anymore. If she got called back or do maybe Evolution 3 in the future, I think she doesn't. WWE doesn't need her or don't need her anymore because I think again, and she said like it was a lot of needless anxiety and things like that, and the whole company was just chaotic shit show on the inside. And then they ended up dropping all my friends. So I really have no reason to go back. I wanted to do wrong with the four horsewomen, and I never got to do that. And now I feel like I've already accomplished everything that I wanted to in I wanted to in WWE, and all that's really left for me is to go there and have fun with my friends. And none of my friends are there anymore. By the way, who's your friend? I know. I think the if you remember, there's like the even though they're not the four horsewomen of MMA or something like that. At WrestleMania, if you remember, there's Shayna, her. I think I forgot the other girl. Two of them. I thought it was is this four or two, three? I forgot. And I think yeah, WWE kind of dropped the ball, especially on Shayna. I think Shayna is like the most talented woman in that group. Ronda is like the more popular name, but Shayna is the most talented out of the four horsewomen of the MMA, quote unquote. Because I don't remember if they are the four horsewomen. But yeah, I think yeah, there's a lot of missed opportunity. But I think she could have just faced Mercedes. I think I think she had like time had her time in Ring of Honor, but I wish she had a long run there just to test the water, but she didn't go full enough. I don't know if she stopped or just I don't know what happened, but yeah. But overall, man, it's just like we should stop. Okay, just talk about MMA. Don't mention about WWE or any just pro wrestling in general. If I'm being honest, I think it's not good just to uh for no, it's not for WWE, but for her. I think her needs to just focus on. I think she got like she wants like couple kids, if I remember correctly. Just focus on that, and then uh just talk about MMA and what's our point of view on MMA. I think should we should stop, okay? If I'm being honest, if you're a podcaster, whether you're in MMA, talking about MMA or you talk about WWE, let's stop or asking or give her like this kind of question about certain things and give like taking a statement about pro wrestling. I think it's done. It's done. Let's move on. Talk about your MMA stuff. Don't mention any pro wrestling. I think it's not good for her because again, you said that needless anxiety and things like that. But yeah, stop asking about her. I think it's good. Just for us like WWE fans, just we already don't care. But still, stop talking about pro wrestling to her. She's the first year that she's in pro wrestling, things like have like WWE on fire when she had that moment in WrestleMania with Kurt Angle, and she had a heart of a glass, and that glass is easy to break. And it's time to move on from this kind of like question. If I'm being honest, don't ask her about WWE. Don't ask her about pro wrestling. Let's move on. That's what I'm saying. That's what my I think about the whole thing. In the end, people like here giving like comment. I don't know what they said in here. I don't know what they said. I didn't listen or just does she even release she even released not many people actually want her back. We get AJ, Nikki and Alexa, so we're good. Great, nobody really wanted to see her in back in the WWE. People move on. They now put their eyes, their heart, their desire and everything to this girl right here. This that girl. Woman right here. Good riddance, the WWE wasted serious money on that clown, yeah? Especially that return in 2023. That Texas and Ronda Rousey whining about her time in WWE, yeah. Even, yeah, let's talk about the little bit about her MMA career. Just, again, she kind of like gaslighting us that when she fight, I forgot her name, Holmes, something like that. She whining about, oh, I'm kind of sick. I'm like, bruh, you lost. You took her spot in that, or not her spot in a magazine about boxing. No, I think there's like a real boxer should be on there, and then she took her spot. I forgot her name. That she already like multiple champion and current and unbeaten, if I remember correctly. And then she took her spot and said that whatever it is on boxing, and then she got cooked by Holmes. I forgot her name. And then she's gaslighting and then said that sick or whatever it is, giving like a random excuse or that yeah, the Ronda Rousey character has been have a lot of problem for a couple of years, but I think she deserved in the UFC Hall of Fame or whatever. But overall, in pro wrestling, she's a piece of garbage that used to be a diamond that should be polished, but the diamond instead, when trying to polish it a little bit, got cracked, and it sucks. Basically, it really, really sucks. Ego and just no, basically just ego ruined her career in pro wrestling. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Mark. Again, thank you. Like and subscribe. Share this video. Again, my name is Mark. Ronda Rousey needs to shut up And if someone asks about rising, she should answer with next question. That's it. Goodbye.